Hey guys, welcome to day 34 of my carnivore journey. We are almost at the end of 2023, getting ready to start a new year. So, of course, going into January, which is the Carnivore World Carnivore Month, I'm looking forward to it, and I got a head start. I hope you guys are having a great day. I've been really happy with the way that this diet is overall going. It is definitely the lifestyle that keeps on giving, the way of eating. It just keeps on giving. Again, not much sleep. I went to bed. I stayed up on purpose. I was trying to have some fun, enjoying my New Year's Eve weekend, and stayed up. And then I woke up. And I woke up kind of early in a way. I only probably got like maybe 4 hours sleep, maybe 5 at the most. But it was like a good deep sleep. And I've been energetic. I've been running around the house, like doing dishes. Like we're talking like deep dishes. You know what I mean? Like the end of the year where you like clean out the fridge, like any kind of like potential bad leftovers, like that deeper cleaning, when you want to go into the year with even cleaner house. So I've been doing all that kind of stuff. And last night I stayed up real late because I thought to myself, hey, it's a new year. Let's make a change. So instead I rearranged my studio. And as you guys can see, I've got a live set behind me. I no longer have my green screen now. For those of you that may be potentially familiar with any of my other channels or my other work, I have a green screen that I use a lot as far as just like when I do talking type stuff. It's just what I do. It's nothing big, no major production, but I do have, I have half of my room in here, half of my studio is green screen. So what I did was rearrange and I had it face the other way toward my Star Wars corner. And, as you can see, I got a few Star Wars things back there. It's not a lot of things, but I like it. So I hope you guys like the new set. I hope you like it. So there you go. New year, some new changes. Let's see. Okay. So I had some great news. I got some unexpected data, right? And what I mean by that is I did not expect to receive some information today. I just didn't even think about it, to be honest with you. I really didn't, but I wanted to share with you guys because it's very valid. So I got a notification from my watch that my resting heart rate has lowered. My average resting heart rate has lowered. So I'm going to show you here. This is a couple this is a screenshot. I broke it up into 2 screenshots, but it's like one long scroll page. But you can see here, this is the chart that shows sort of the month. And you can see where the chart shows that for the last 30 days, my average is 71, but I started out at my average was 74. And you can see that graph sort of roller coastering, but working its way down. And now these last couple of weeks, I've been averaging 66. So I went from starting out at Carnivore, I didn't even realize it was going to show me at the beginning of Carnivore, 74 BPMs, beats per minute. That was my resting heart rate at the beginning of Carnivore. And now it's down all the way to 66 as of like right now. And you can see it's the 2-week chunks there every couple of weeks. It sort of broke out that first half of the month was averaging that 74. And then of course now averaging 66. So that's really awesome. I'm really glad now for those of you that maybe don't know exactly what the resting heart rate, what's good about that or what not is. So your resting heart rate is the average heart beats per minute measured when you've been inactive or relaxed for several minutes. A lower resting heart rate typically indicates better heart health and cardiovascular fitness. You may be able to lower your resting heart rate over time by staying active, managing your weight, and reducing everyday stress. Resting heart rate does not include your heart rate while you're asleep, and it's validated for users over the age of 18. Okay, so I wanted to read that for you guys, so you understood exactly what that meant. And here's the thing. It was talking about to lower it, you can be more active. You can, work on your weight. And of course, both of those things, I'm not even working out. But over this last month, I've been eating like meat and a ton of salt. I've been eating a lot of salt, meat. I even heavily salt my food. And so, when people tell you that, eating red meat's going to, raise your blood pressure, or eating all that salt, things like that, guys, you can see here just using the Apple Health. I know that some of you may say, well, that's not a scientific instrument. I get it. But even Apple Health is recognizing that I'm averaging a lower heart rate. And it even says in there, I don't know if you caught it, that it's trending down. Okay, trend lower for 14 days. And of course, you can see the overall graph as it kind of works its way down, up and down. So again, I think that this can show you guys a little bit of measurable evidence, so to speak, that eating meat, butter, bacon, and eggs and salt is lowering my resting heart rates and things like that. I mean, if anything, you would think I'd have higher, and you think I would have higher blood pressure and all this other stuff. So guys, this is, in my opinion, things like this are really cool. And like I said, I didn't even expect it. It was just like out of the blue. Like I didn't even know. It alerted me as I was coming out of the store. I was buying tonight's dinner stuff. And I came out of the store and it was like, bing, a little notification. I look, I'm like, what's this? So I was like, hey, I better take some screenshots. So, anyways, I just wanted to share that. Like I said, I'm trying to share every bit of information with you. Right before the video, I took a poop. So speaking of sharing, right? Took a poop, and the first time in a couple days, and it was normal. Guess what? It was normal. No diarrhea, normal. So what did I have for dinner today? Well, right here. There you go. And that is the same thing like last night. I did a pound of meat and I made it into like a meatloaf kind of thing. So I want to explain that a little bit. If you guys remember, a lot of you have been watching me. There's a lot of you that's been watching since day one because you want to know what all happened. If you remember, I was eating a lot of ground meat. I just couldn't get any steak at the time. Money was super tight, Christmas, all that stuff. But then once we got Christmas kind of done with, or I mean, not really done, but as we were approaching Christmas, I was able to start getting steaks. We had purchased everything we needed to purchase, and I had a little bit of extra money to get some steaks. Before that was a ton of ground meat. And I would try to mix it up. Like I'd do some egg scrambles and, mix in the meat and, or ground up a pound of meat, throw in like 4 or 5 eggs and do like this scramble with some bacon and butter. And some of that was pretty good, but the texture of just ground beef in general, even when you chop it up pretty good, the texture can get just a little boring for whatever reason for me. Okay. Now, maybe not for you. What I've been finding here now that I've been going back to the meat is if I take a pound of meat, throw in the egg while it's raw, and throw in maybe some salt, pretty good amount of salt. And maybe I'll throw in a little bit of garlic because I can do garlic. I've already shown that I can do it. I don't have any effects at all from it. I don't feel any achiness the next day. So I'll throw in some garlic. I'll do a splash of heavy cream, and then I'll use like a half a cup or so of chopped up, like crumbled into like breadcrumbs of pork rinds as a binder. So now I did a little bit of taco seasoning, but I didn't do that tonight. I just wanted salt, garlic, some heavy cream, egg, and breadcrumbs, or AKA breadcrumbs, the pork rinds. Okay, the pork rind crumbs. So I did all that, made them into the 2 half-pound patties, and fried them up like you saw in the picture. And then I had a little bit of hot sauce with them. Now, I did do a splash of hot sauce in the mix. That's right, just a splash. And then I had a little bit every once in a while with it. I didn't have a lot, but just every once in a while, like every third or fourth piece, I'd dip a little bit into Frank's Red Hot. But man, I was able to finish the whole pound of meat. It had a meatloaf-ish type texture. It was just a little smoother. And then just when I mixed everything up, I just used like a spatula and just kept kind of not mushing it, but just really working at it, just getting it that little bit of a mushier text. I didn't want to put it in a food processor and dirty more dishes, but in any case, putting it into that sort of meatloaf type of burger really has helped. So I just wanted to pass that tip on to you guys. If some of you newer people that's been trying to like, well, Josh has been eating a lot of ground meat in the beginning of his, but I just can't seem to choke it down as much. Well, those are ways. You want to find a way that's going to work for you without having to stray too much. So one of the things I really want to cover real quick, I'm trying to make this video quick. One thing I want to tell you guys, some of the people that I've seen on Carnivore that's had some sort of mystery problems, right? Like some itchiness or certain things, okay? You know who I'm talking about. Or maybe not yourself, or maybe somebody. But one thing I wanted to stress out to anybody, not just that person, but as a good piece of advice, if you're experiencing some up and down symptoms, a good thing is go back to basics for like 5 days, at least. Just go back to beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. I know it sucks, but if you're trying to work out some symptoms, you want to have something consistent for those 5 days where you don't mix any other type of stuff in there or different types of meat maybe. You want to pick a certain type of meat that you like, and 5 days, 5 days of eggs, 5 days of, beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, and just see, and then salt. And then from there, if you can start maybe looking at, okay, if I still have this problem, is it the eggs? And then you can look at pulling back the eggs for a couple days and see if that goes away. If not, you can bring back the eggs and then maybe try pulling out something else back. But you're going to want to stay consistent, okay? Because if you keep changing things up, you're not going to be able to figure out what may or may not cause that. And you could be missing out on something good. If you cut out eggs and you didn't need to, then you're missing out on those, or meat, or whatever it is. So just a little bit of friendly advice for people out there. But guys, I think that's mostly all of what I wanted to cover. I don't really have any plans for New Year's Eve. And I mean, as far as like, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I don't know if I'll be live streaming or not. But guys, again, energy, still doing great. I'm telling you. But let me know how you guys are feeling. Let me know everything in the comments below. I hope you guys like this look. But guys, we will see you tomorrow on the last day of 2023. And of course, day 35 of the Carnivore journey. All right, guys.